So today we are looking at the Debian 12.7. So this is the 0.7 update. So here is the boot menu of the Debian 12.7. So I'm going to boot it in the live boot first. So this is the live ISO file and I'm running it on the virtual machine, which is VMware, with 60 GB of virtual disk, 8 GB of RAM, and my CPU is i5 1240p. So this release has like 55 security updates and 51 bug fixes. So that's just the about the release. So there is nothing literally. So I'm going to give you all the information of this release by going to the release notes and also downloading process and also this new features and all those things. So the booting process will take like 2 or 3 minutes usually in my PC. So most of the distros will boot soon and some of the distros will take a bit of time. So I'm going to of time it's going to take. So about the system requirements and all the other information I'm going to provide as soon as the desktop layout is loaded. So let's wait and see how much of time it's going to take it, and I'm going to mention as soon as it's booted up. So here we have the desktop layout. I choose the mat desktop environment of Debian 12.7 live ISO, and the booting process took just like a minute and 10 seconds. So here we have the desktop layout. So I'm going to open the system monitor and show you how much of a resource it's going to consume. So let's wait. So here is our system monitor, and here you can see the release 12. The code name is Bookworm, which you already know, and the kernel version we are using is 6.1.0-25. The mat desktop environment is 1.26. I'm using 8 GB of RAM, which I already mentioned. My CPU is i5 1240p. So I forgot to mention that I'm using RAM or virtual machine, and I'm using 8 GB of RAM. i5 1240p is my CPU, and virtual disk is 60 GB. So here are all the process. As soon as you boot up, these are all the things you should be seeing. And about the resources, it's pretty much under 20-25% of CPU, and under the RAM, so it's consuming 970 900 MB or 1000 MB. You can round figure that. So it will be not the same case in the bare metal. When you install it on the bare metal, it's going to consume way lesser hardware resources, and it's going to run very smoothly. So you can't just assume on the things happens on the virtual box or the virtual machines going to be happening in the same and the bare metal. So there will be difference. When you install every Linux distro on the bare metal, there will be a bit more smoothness and the experience will be better. Not every Linux distro will be smooth. Some other unknown Linux distros may have some issues also. So you need to understand those things, and you need to try it on your own and decide whether to use those Linux distros or not. So right now in my PC in virtual machine, it's going to consume this much of resources. So let's check the version. So here you get the 1.26.0. So we need to put the system monitor in the right side corner, and I'm going to change the display settings first, and we're going to go through the official website and all those things. So let me change the display settings. So my monitor is 1920x1080. So I'm going to change it. So here is my resolution, which is 1920x1080 with 60 Hz. So if you want to change the scaling, you can go to 100%, 200%. In this video, I don't need anything, so I'm just going to keep this configuration, and I'm going to put the system monitor in the right side corner. So these are all the process. So let me first show you. So these are all the process running right now. So I didn't change anything other than display settings. So I already showed you the base hardware specs or hardware resources which are consuming. So right now I'm going to open the internet browser, which is Firefox, and we are going to go to the official website, and I'm going to show you all the release notes and also the downloading process. So right now I'm using the live ISO file instead of bare metal. So I'm trying the live boot because I need to make another video also, so I can't wait by installing all those things. So it's going to take a lot of time, and also I don't have that much of time to make another video because I'll be posting 2 videos daily without missing. So if you want to subscribe, you can subscribe. So let me change the browser like this so you can see properly. So let's check the version of the Firefox we are getting in the 12.7 version. So you are getting 115.14. So the latest version of the browser is 130, which is released a few hours ago. So, or maybe a day ago, I really don't know, but I'm going to show you that because I'm going to cover that also. So let's try the Firefox. So I want to cover the Firefox information also. So I'm going to go to the Firefox, and when you scroll it down, you should be seeing some information and also the release notes. So let's click on the see release notes. So it's going to show you 129.0.2, but the latest version available right now is 130. So you can download. So the latest version is 130, but you are seeing still the 129.0.2. You can also download the Firefox version. Download Firefox, and here are the options. So I think there is still not released, but you should be finding the beta version of the Firefox. Let me type in 130. So when you scroll it down, you should be seeing all the new features in the Firefox. Here are all the information. So they are still making the release notes. You can get all those release notes. So just we're going to ignore here. So the latest version is 130. You can find the release notes when you type in like a 130 beta, and you should be finding the release notes. Like this, and you should be finding the 130. So I'm going to go to the 12.7. But first let's try the about support. Let's hit enter. So here is the release notes of the Firefox 130. So just pause the video and read everything because I want to completely make a Firefox video here. So the latest version is 130 and you should be getting 115. Here is the build ID. When you scroll it down, you should be also seeing the user agent, which is not important right now, but the kernel version you are getting is 6.1.0-25. Let me show you the Linux kernel website. So when you type the Linux kernel, you should be seeing the latest version in the official website. So this is the official website of the Linux kernel, which is kernel.org. So right now we are using 6.1 version. So when you go to the official website, the 6.1 is the long-term version and the latest stable version is 6.10.7. And also there is a release candidate version RC6, which is 6.11. Here you can go to the releases and get all the information. So this is the version we are using in the Debian 12.7. And about the operating system, it's Menta Advaita. And when you scroll it down, you should be seeing some other information like memory size 8 GB or 7.7 GB of RAM. Disk space available is 3.8 GB. So here is some browser information. So if you consider, just pause the video and read everything. So I'm just going to point out the important informations here. So here are other information. Let me scroll it down. And window protocol is X11. Desktop environment is MAT. And here are some other information. Scroll it down. Here you should be seeing the monitor resolution. And here are all the complete information. So I'm just going to go to the official website, Debian. Click on the link. So this is the official website of the Debian, which is debian.org. And when you scroll it down, you should be seeing the 12.7 release and also the 11.11. I'm going to make the video tomorrow of 11.11. So today I will be making Debian 12.7 and also I'm going to making other Ubuntu flavor videos, which is 24.04.1 LTS. So I already made Ubuntu and Ubuntu flavors, but I left with some Ubuntu and other Ubuntu flavors, like a one or two. So I'm going to make that video. So today will be the Debian 12.7 and the other video will be Ubuntu. So here is the version 12.7 released. So here you should be getting all the information. So it is released on August 31st 2024. So the code name you already know, it's a Bookworm. So the Debian project is pleased to announce the 7th update. So this is the 0.7 update or the 7th update of its stable distribution. So this point release mainly adds correction for security issues along with a few adjustments for serious problems. And security advisor has been published separately and are referenced when where available. So let's scroll it down. Please note that the point release does not constitute a new version of a Debian 12. So this is not a new version, it's just a point update, but only updates some of the packages included. There is no need to throw away old Bookworm media. After installation, packages can be upgraded to the current version using an up-to-date Debian mirror. Those who frequently install updates from security.debian.org won't have to update many packages, and most such updates are included in the point release. New installation images will be available soon at the regular locations. Upgrading an existing installation to the revision can be achieved by pointing the packages management system at one of Debian's many HTTPS mirrors. A compressive list of mirrors is available at this URL. So secure boot and other operating systems. So you just need to read this thing also because it's important. Users who boot other operating system on the same hardware and who have security boot enabled should be aware that shim 15.8 included with the Debian 12.7 revokes signature across older versions of shim in the UEFI firmware. So this may leave other operating systems using shim before 15.8 unable to boot. Affected users can temporarily disable secure boot before updating other operating systems. So get all this information. So I read this because some of the important information is here, and also some of my viewers are a bit blind, so they already let me they said they are blind, so they can't properly see. So that's the reason I read most of the things. So I hope it helps others also. So miscellaneous bug fixes. So there are like a 51 bug fixes. When you count it, there are 51. I already counted it. And when you scroll it down, here are the security updates, which are 55 security updates. So if you want to count, you can count here. So these are all the main things of the 12.7. So 55 security updates and 51 bug fixes of the Debian 12.7. So when you close it, in order to download, you just need to click on the download here. But when you want to download the live ISO file, you just need to click on other downloads. And here are the live boot or the live ISO files, and here are other downloading process. So right now I'm downloading the Mac desktop environment of live ISO. So you just need to click on other live ISO files, and here you should be finding all the ISO files. Just sort it according to your wish. So I'm going to sort the ISO files or bigger ISO files. So these are all the available desktop environments or the available live ISO files. So you get the KDE, GNOME, Cinnamon, MAT, LXQT, XFCE, LXDE and standard ISO file. So download whatever you want here. If you want to try the live ISO file, or you can if you want to update, you can update according to your wish. So this is how I downloaded the Mac desktop environment of a live ISO file. So here is the 12.7.0 version. So here is the ISO file. So that was the downloading process, that was the release notes. So let's go through some of the other features and we are going to end the video here. So let's open the terminal, Mac terminal, and let me type in some commands to get some information. Let me make it bigger. Let's check the version of the terminal. You get the 1.26.0. Let's try the NeoFetch. So command not found, inxi-svh, so command not found. So you need to install inxi and also neofetch if you want. So I'm just going to show you the default things. So here is the kernel version, so 6.1.0-25. So what applications we get pre-installed? So these are all the basic things. So there will be no bloatware or anything here. Other, Office, sound and audio, system tools. So you don't get basically anything in the Mac desktop environment other than some Mac desktop environment applications and some added applications. So you don't get any bloatware or anything. So I forgot to show something. So let me open the browser. So I'm going to show you the system requirements and the support for the Debian. So I forgot to show you that. So let me type in Debian system requirements. Hit enter. And people who want the system requirements in order to run the Debian. So with desktop, you need 1 GB of RAM minimum and 2 GB is recommended, and hard drive you need to have like a 10 GB. So these are the recommended, and with no desktop you need 4 GB, with desktop you need 10 GB, and a Pentium 1 GHz system is the minimum recommended for desktop system. And here is some of the other information. So if you want to read everything, you can read it here. And here is the memory and disk space requirement. So here is complete information. And about the support, let me show you. Debian 12. Let me remove all those things. Support end date. So here is the information. Released on August 31st, 2024, 12.7. So the Debian 12 life cycle encompasses 5 years. The initial 3 years of full Debian support until June 10th, 2026, and 2 years of long-term support until June 30th, 2028. So here is the some of the important information I wanted to show you. So here is the information. So let's close it and let's open the installer. So you can even install from the live ISO file. So you can try it first the live ISO file if you want, instead of downloading directly. Or if you already have the Debian 12, you can just update it. But if you're a new user, here is the live ISO file for you. So Calamares installer, you get the 3.2.61. Here is the Debian 12 Bookworm. Choose the language. Again, this is the same installation. There will be no complicated things. Choose the language. Click next. Choose your location. You can choose the drop down menu, or you can choose the map. And the other option will be the system language will be set to American English, United States. If you want to change it, you can change it according to wish, or else keep it like that. The numbers and date locales will be set to American English, United States. If you want to change, you can change it, or else you can keep it like that. And click next. Here you should be choosing your keyboard. So it automatically chooses your keyboard. If anything is wrong, just choose your keyboard on your own. Choose the language for the keyboard. There are plenty of languages available. Choose the variant of the keyboard also. And you can test your keyboard right here by typing anything here. Click next. Here is the installation or the partitions. First choose your installation drive or wherever you want to install. If you have the multiple hard disks, choose the specific drive. And this option is like it's going to delete everything whatever available in this specific installation drive, whether it's a current operating system, media files, music, videos, whatever it's available. It's going to delete everything and it's going to install the Debian 12.7 in that specific drive. It's going to wipe everything and it's going to just install Debian 12.7 as the single operating system. And this option is like you need to create a partition before choosing this option, and the created partition will be available right here. And you can install the Debian 12.7 in that specific partition, and you should be seeing 2 operating systems. If you already have the another partition with the current operating system, then you should be seeing 2 operating systems or dual boot options in the boot menu. So that's the basic things here. So if you want the installation tutorial, you can watch other channels for that video, because I make the videos covering almost everything, like features, installation and all those things. So that's the reason my video will be a bit lengthy. So I don't really remember in which video I installed the Linux distro on the main disk or a virtual disk. So it's better to watch some other channels, because I cover like 3000 videos. I can't really point out in which video I installed the Linux distro on the bare metal. So that's the reason it's better to watch some other channels. So here is the encryption. If you want to encrypt your system, you can provide the password, which should be same in both the boxes. If you don't want, you just need to uncheck it. And the other option is like a master bootloader location. Here the first option will be for the master boot record of a specific drive. In this case it says as a VMware. The another option will be system partition. The final one will be do not install a bootloader. So the current drive will be like this. After installation it will be like this. And after clicking on next, here you should be seeing the user account creation or the account creation, which is same in every Linux distro and also same in every operating system. So I'm going to type in some random things here. So it says what is your name. I'm going to type in my channel name. And what name do you want to use to log in? If you use numericals first, it says your username must start with a lowercase letter or underscore. So it's better to go with the alphabets. You can change it. First you need to use the alphabet, and you can change next will be numericals. You can do that like that. So I'm choosing the run boxing here. So you can do just the alphabets first and numericals later, like this. You can add like this. If everything is good, you should be seeing a tick mark. So in this case, this is the, you can add the numericals later. First add the alphabets first. So I'm using run boxing. What is the name of this computer? I'm going to remove all the virtual machine information, and I'm going to just keep it like a 9to5 Linux. So you should be seeing every tick mark here. So I'm doing good work here. So that's the reason you should be seeing a tick mark. So if you do anything wrong, it should be showing the error sign or the wrong sign. So choose a password to keep your account safe. I'm choosing the simple password for the sake of the video, like a 12345. So my password is matched, so the tick sign is, or the correct sign is in front of the box. So if you want to log in automatically, you can do that without asking for the password. If you want to check it, you can check it or else uncheck it. When you click next, here is the summary of whatever you chose in the previous installation steps will be available right here. So partitions, keyboard location, I choose everything here, and after clicking on installing, it's this going to be happening. And the installation, so before doing anything here in the summary, try to see all those things. If everything is correct, just click on install. If anything is wrong, just go back and fix all those things. So when you click on install, it's going to take like a 20 to 25 minutes if you have a low end PC. And if you have like a good end PC or the minimum requirements or the recommended requirements, you should be good with like maybe 8-9 minutes. So it depends on PC. If you have like a high-end PC, it will be very quick. If you have a low-end PC, it should be taking a bit more. And also it depends whether you downloaded the stable ISO file or not. So if you're a normal user, always download the stable ISO file. If you're a distro hopper, you can try whatever you want. If you want to try beta version, development version, so you already know how to run Linux distros, so you can download whatever you want. But if you're a normal user, always download the stable ISO file, because the beta version or the development version or an unstable version sometimes have some issues with the installation. So in a rare cases, there will be like a installation may fail, and also the installation may frozen, and the application will be saying not responding. So these are all the things will happen in the beta version. So that's the reason it's always good to download the stable version if you're a normal user. And in 99% of stable ISO file, the installation will install the Linux distro without any issues. So that's a bit of a small tip from me. So I'm just going to close the installation because I need to make another video. So we covered pretty much everything. So let's check some desktop features like a desktop background. So basically you don't get anything in this version which is already mentioned in the official website. So here are all the same wallpapers you get in the Debian 12. Here are the themes. You can change whatever your theme you want, and you can get more themes here, and you can get more backgrounds. You can add the backgrounds. So these are all the customization things, so you can do whatever you want here. So I already said all the release notes, and I showed all the release notes information. So here are some of the information like a volume, internet connection, and the date and time. And here is about panels. So if you want to customize the panel, you can do that. If you want to choose another desktop environment, you can do that. I already showed you how to download other desktop environments. If you want to download any other desktop environment, you can download the live ISO file and you can install it right from there, which I already showed a few minutes ago. On the system, you get some of the same applications. So this is a Mac desktop environment, so there is nothing literally here. So you already know the Mac desktop environment, so I'm not going to go through all those things, but I'm going to do a stress test, like opening a bunch of applications to see whether this distro will handle a stress test or not. So Debian is good for stable working, so you don't need to worry about anything. And Debian is from almost a few years ago, like more than 10 years ago. So it's a well-known Linux distro, so you can download it and try it on your own. So instead of downloading some random Linux distribution, go download the Debian and customize according to your wish. Download whatever desktop environment you want and customize your desktop. By watching some tutorials, you just need to spend some time on the tutorials and how to customizing the Debian. You can do whatever you want instead of downloading some Deepin or OpenKylin desktop, those type of Linux distros. If you ask me, it's better to download Debian and customize according to your wish. Download any desktop environment and customize your Linux distro. So it's a better thing, do everything on your own instead of relying on some unknown Linux distros or not having some proper information. It's better to go with Debian and do customization. And also you get the security updates and all the other things in the Debian. So here let me show you the system monitor, and I'm going to show you how much of resource it's consuming, because we opened like 5 to 6 applications. So CPU is pretty much stable right now. As you can see, every application is opened and it's consuming 1.8 GB of RAM, which is 23%. And here is the process. So these are all the applications running and also the process running right here. Let me scroll it like this so you can see everything properly. So these are all the process running right now as soon as we open a few applications. So there is no that much of resource consuming applications. So in this case, we can't do a exact stress test because we just have a few applications. A normal user will be opening some media files, and also you should be watching a web browser and all those things. So let me even open the web browser. So these are all the common applications, like 4 or 5 applications. He should be opening a normal like 5 to 6 applications while doing work. So if he's doing like that, and he should be consuming with 2.1 GB. So when he is using on the bare metal, the RAM will be a bit lesser and also the CPU will be a bit lesser. So when we open this much of applications, these are all the resources in the virtual box or the virtual machine or a VMware. So let me try to switch the applications. So as you can see, there is no lag or any issues when switching the applications. I can switch the applications instantly without any lag or anything. So you can use it as a daily use Linux distro. So Debian is well known for almost a few years. So it's better to go with the Debian instead of going with some unknown Linux distributions. You can do customization, just spend time on some tutorials and you should be good with the customization if you want some like a Mac OS or anything like that. Just download the desktop environment and customize according to your wish. So I already showed you the support and I already showed you the system requirements, so you can try it if you want. So this is the latest version, which is 12.7, and I'm going to show you some information of the application version, and I'm going to end the video. So the LibreOffice version you get is 7.4.7.2. So we already saw the LibreOffice version. Let me close it. So you get the GIMP. So you get some content creating applications in the Mac desktop environment. I don't know about other desktop environment because I didn't try the other desktop environment of Debian 12.7. But you should be knowing that the other desktop environment has also giving these some applications. So there will be same version. So in this case, the GIMP version is 2.10.34. Let me close it. And about the file manager, here is the version, which is 1.26.1. Here you can customize according to your wish. Going to preference, you can customize your behavior, display, preview, media. So it's clearly customizable. You can customize according to your wish. So I already showed you the browser version. So you don't get the latest version, which is 130, but you get the Firefox 115.14. So it's a good work here. So there is no lag or any crashes or like bugs or anything I found in this video. So there is literally nothing. So everything was working fine without issues. CPU was properly running and memory was almost also properly running. So it's a positive opinion from me. So it should be a bit different if you have some low-end PC or anything. So it's clearly up to you to judge whether it's running smoothly or not. You can try it and you decide, and let me know in the comment section. If you're already using, you know how to update and do all those things. So here are the resources at the end of the video. It's consuming 1.3 GB of RAM. It's consuming a bit CPU here, which is under 15%. So this is the CPU and RAM. So I'm going to show you the logout screen and I'm going to end the video. Let's log out user. If you want to try it, you can try it. And also I will be posting 2 videos daily. So I already posting video, and the other video will be Ubuntu. So there will be a bit 1 hour 2 hour gap as soon as this is released. So if you want to get that video also, you just turn on the notifications on the YouTube, and as soon as the video is available, you should be watching a video there. So here is the logout screen. If you want to choose other session, you can choose it. And here are the accessibility, and here is our screen. So I'm going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. Peace out.